Alright, so the VW Group, they're at it again. They're talking up a potential F1 entry. I mean, they did this last time when the regs were changing for 2014, and I don't see a VW entry on the grid, so are they gonna do it? Who knows? Let's see. I'm gonna assume they're not gonna do it no matter what the rule makers do in terms of shifting the regulations. But here's the target regulations, I suppose, for 2026. All right, for VW to possibly make an entry. If the rule makers are aiming for 100% sustainable fuels, I mean, that sounds ridiculous already. MGUH to be eliminated, questionable, and an increase in overall efficiency. Now, that was going to come anyway, no matter what. All right, because the teams are all gunning for that anyway, just as a standard, because you get to carry less fuel if you have an increase in efficiency. But anyway, let's get into it. 100% sustainable fuel, so I'm going to assume that they want to go full ethanol, and of course they're going to commit harder into electrical energy, so there's going to be an increase in battery store, and it's probably going to be a 50-50 split between battery energy or electrical energy and combustion energy. We'll see what happens when we get there. But 100% sustainable fuels, that just screams ethanol, or I mean, maybe they even go diesel, but I doubt F1 will ever go diesel. So that's an ethanol stance. I don't see them still using oil, right? Using petroleum with a 100% stance. MGH to be eliminated. That's of course just to make engine design, engine development just simpler for any newcomers. Although I do wonder why Audi and Porsche, or the VW Group in general, wouldn't back themselves to just make the best MGUH on the grid. But I digress. This is what they're going with, and of course the increase in overall efficiency. Now the MGUH, I'd been under the impression that had already been removed, or at least it was removed temporarily. We're talking like 2016, somewhere there, but I digress. So Porsche wants to be an engine maker, and they're gonna have a possible hookup with Red Bull powertrains. I'll believe it when I see it. Allegedly, this one has more legs to it than the Audi entry, possible entry. I call these things entries, but it's just possible entries. No one's actually committed to anything yet. I wish they would just get a VW Group to like actually just commit, sign the contract that you're gonna be in F1. You know, what is that contract? The Concord Agreement. Yeah, get them to sign the Concord Agreement. Yeah, you're now in the thing. You're now in F1. Welcome. And then, F1 isn't just reshaping itself to suit a ghost entry. But yeah, Porsche wants to be an engine maker. Possible hookup with Red Bull powertrains. We'll see if that actually happens. I do wonder if Porsche want to involve themselves with the likes of Red Bull, with all the kerfuffle that they make and the media, and just all the hijinks they get up to, and all the controversy that just happens around them. I'd be very surprised if Porsche actually wants any of that. But I digress. This is what Porsche allegedly wants, and then Audi wants a works team. Now, I don't know how they're gonna get a works team. Either they're gonna make a fresh entry and start from zero, and actually build their own facilities, or repurpose their Le Mans facilities for F1. We'll see if that happens. Or they just buy out one of the existing teams, be it Sauber, McLaren, Williams, or Aston Martin. Now, Sauber seemed the most likely. McLaren, they're not going to make any such deal of that nature. Neither are Williams. Those names are too important to those companies. Aston Martin, with Daddy Stroll money, he might be interested in this project. But it remains to be seen if Aston Martin is a better landing spot than Sauber. I mean, Sauber have pretty good facilities, right? You have to remember that they did build their own wind tunnel sometime 2010s or just before 2010. They did in fact build their own wind tunnel, so they've got facilities that are on par with the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes, and the like. So that seems a much more advantageous place for Audi to land. But that just depends if any of this actually happens, because VW entry it's a ghost entry. It's always a ghost entry. It's never a real entry. But of course, I do have to mention that Lewis Hamilton does back a VW entry. He is quite interested in a VW entry, so that tells me that he is indeed looking for a way out of Mercedes. He's definitely looking for a way out. Whether he gets that way out, I doubt it. Because this is VW. They never actually enter. They just reshape the sport from afar, and then they go and enter Formula E or something. Although Audi have scrapped their Le Mans project, so remains to be seen what they actually do with whatever manpower they have left over from that. But it is quite interesting that Lewis Hamilton did back this VW entry. That is quite interesting to me. Yeah, and I guess there's Horner. He wants to see Horner and Wolff are gonna have a clash over this thing. I don't even think Ferrari will care about it, but Horner and Wolff, they'll have a clash about this over how much intellectual property can actually be shared between Honda and Porsche, and that will probably make or break it for Porsche. That will probably make it. If they get Honda's IP, then sure, they'll probably jump at it. They'll probably jump into this F1 thing, even if they don't get the engine rigs that they actually wanted. They'll probably jump into it. Audi will see. Now, allegedly, Audi are going to use the prototype engine that Porsche built. I think it was 2019 or 2020. They built it somewhere there, but they built a prototype V6, almost like a proof of concept. Yeah, we can make an F1 engine too. You know, just a Porsche flex. You know, it's just a Porsche flex what they do. But allegedly, Audi are going to take over that engine architecture, and yeah, they'll make a project out of that. So we'll see what happens. I still think nothing's gonna happen. Don't hold your breath on this VW entry. Do not hold your breath. You might die. All right. Peace.
Hell breezy. Let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there. Hey, let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. Go! See, you really wanna pop me. Go! Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. Go! You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow it, and I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna dead it. Then I'm gonna murder everything and anything about it. Boom, about a bing. I gotta do a lot of things to make it clearer to a couple niggas that I always win, and then I gotta get it again and again and again. And I be doing it to death, and now I move a little foul. Nigga better call a rap, and everybody know my style. Niggas know that I'm the best when it comes to doing this, and I be banging on my chest, and I bang in the east, and I banging in the west, and I can't give you more, and I will never give you less. You will hear it in the street, and you can read it in the press. Do you really wanna know what's next? Let's go. See the way we on it, and we all up in the race, and you know we